In some sense that the world is upside down. We act as if there's no end to resources that are actually finite, like fossil fuels, and atmospheric space to absorb those emissions. We act as if there are strict and immovable limits to what is actually bountiful, the financial resources to build the kind of society that we need. It's time to turn this society around, to change this false scarcity, to insist that we can afford a decent, inclusive society, while at the same time respect the real limits of Mother Earth. I am talking about changing the underlying values that govern our society. It's hard to fit that into a single media-friendly demand, and it's hard to figure out how to do it. But that doesn't make it any less urgent. Look around and see what's happening in the square, in the way that you're feeding each other, keeping each other together, sharing information freely, providing health care, classes, empowerment training. My favorite sign here says, "I care about you." Turn to the person next to you and say, "I care about you."
I care about you.
Now to the person on the other side so he or she doesn't feel ignored, and say, "I care about you." Here are the things that don't matter. What we wear, although I must say many of you are very well dressed today. Whether we shake our fists or whether we make peace signs. Whether we can fit our dreams for a better world into a single media soundbite, that doesn't matter. What does matter is our courage. Our courage. Our moral compass. And how we treat each other. We have picked a fight with the most powerful economic and political forces on the planet. Do you see that building over there? That's their local office. The Chamber of Commerce. That's frightening. And as this movement grows from strength to strength, it will get more frightening. Always be aware that there will be a temptation to shift to smaller targets. That's a battle that we have to win. Don't give in to that temptation. I'm not saying don't call each other on things, but this time let's treat each other as if we plan to work side by side in the struggle for many, many years to come. Because the task before us demands nothing less. Let's treat this beautiful movement as if it's the most important thing in the world. Because it is. It is the most important thing in the world. It is the way, the only way forward. The only way to solve our problems. We have 24 million people in this country who can't find full-time work. Maybe some of you are here today. Raise your hands. There's no shame in it today. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. King says it is. Many Republicans say it is, but it's not your fault. We have 50 million people in this country who cannot see a doctor when they're sick. Raise your hands if you have no health coverage. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. We have 47 million people in this country who need government assistance to feed themselves. They're on the food stamp program. We have 15 million families in this country, including my own, who own more on their mortgage than the value of their house. 70% of the homeowners in Orlando. Raise your hand if you're one of them. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's their fault. Wall Street has created, enforced, perpetuated a system that has created the greatest inequalities of any industrial country in this world. We are fifth in the entire world in the inequality of wealth, just lower than in Zimbabwe. And how's it working for Zimbabwe? Not that well. Wall Street has completely dominated our economic system. Wall Street determines our economic policies. Big Oil determines our environmental policies and our energy policies. And the military-industrial complex determines our foreign policy. And Wall Street exercises total control over one party, a wholly owned subsidiary, and gets all too many favors from the other party. We have to take back our government. It's government of the people, by the people, and for the people. There is only one way out of this crisis. Only one way to fix this broken system. Look around. You're looking at it. This is the only way. Because of this. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united